Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Nick, the head of marketing at AppSumo. Hello.
How's it going, Christian? Thanks for having me.
Very good. Thank you for joining us. Please tell us, for anybody that doesn't know yet, what is AppSumo?
So AppSumo is the number one deal site for software. We operate like a marketplace, mostly for B2B SaaS for small businesses. We've been around for almost 15 years now. We've been in the internet game for a long time, and anybody that is looking to start or grow a business, it could be as a side hustle or their main thing, you can come to AppSumo to get software one-time price, we call a lifetime deal.
Awesome. What do you see is the biggest challenge that you solve for these founders, starting founders or businesses in general?
Growth, man. I think that's the biggest problem or challenge that any business faces is you have a product, but where are you going to get the customers from? We also see a lot of people that don't have a lot of time on their hands. So they come to AppSumo either to buy tools to save time, to save money, or make money. Right. So those are kind of the three issues that we solve. Making money is definitely the hardest, customer growth. But also you reach a point where, you're doing everything as a founder, and you're trying to find ways to duplicate yourself, which is very difficult. And so using tools to automate processes that you can get on AppSumo really help people with that.
Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs and B2B marketers. Before we dive back into the conversation, let me introduce you to a game changer in the lead generation arena, Lead Feeder. Now, we all know the struggle of identifying those elusive website visitors and turning them into valuable leads. But what if I told you there's a tool that not only promises but delivers on supercharging your lead generation and sales efforts? Enter Lead Feeder. Imagine having the power to identify companies visiting your website, track their behavior in real time, and seamlessly integrate it with your CRM. Lead Feeder is not just a tool, it's your secret weapon for efficient and targeted lead engagement. Now, how is Lead Feeder different? It's the ability to provide detailed insights into visitor behavior, helping your sales team prioritize efforts and close deals faster. With customizable notification, lead scoring, and GDPR compliance, Lead Feeder is changing the game. Are you ready to revolutionize your approach to leads and deals? Head over to leadfeeder.com for your free demo today. That's leadfeeder.com. Don't miss out on the future of successful lead generation with Lead Feeder. Thank you so much, Lead Feeder, for sponsoring this episode. But now, let's get back to it. Okay. And you basically have two sides of the marketplace, the buyers and the sellers. How does AppSumo help sellers? Let's start with that. How does the process work?
Yeah. So we help the sellers, who are the software founders, by launching their products. So they come to us, again, looking for growth. On both sides, you can kind of see this, the software founders and the businesses buying the software. Software has kind of become a commodity now. It's very easy to build. You don't have to be a developer to make a piece of software. So, with more competition comes more noise, and breaking through that is very difficult, especially stateside, because there's amazing software being developed around the world. But, kind of seems that the US customer might be the most sought after by SaaS founders. And so That's where our customer base really is. 80% of our customers are in the US. And so they come to us as a launch platform, and we call it sumo sized. We can help make your business sumo sized. So, maybe you come with an idea, you have a product, and you have maybe less than 5K in MRR, some even 0K in MRR. They're literally launching on AppSumo, and you can get ranging from a couple hundred to a couple thousand customers over the course of 30 to 60 days. So it jumpstarts your growth. It provides a lot of hype for your product and can really be the springboard to future growth and maybe acquisition or becoming a unicorn, whatever your goal is. But that initial attention and those initial customers are some of the hardest to get, and we provide that for the sellers.
That's amazing. And about the buyers, usually who are the buyers and what do you think motivates them to buy? How do they choose the software? They look at what are your takeaways?
Yeah, so our ICP, fancy marketing acronym for ideal customer persona, is a solopreneur. It's kind of a growing segment within the entrepreneurial world, I would say, is people that are doing it by themselves. So that's who we serve, is the people that may not have huge budgets. Like I said before, they don't have huge teams. They're trying to find ways to find time to duplicate themselves. And they come to AppSumo for a number of reasons. We do offer lifetime deals on these software. So overhead is one of the biggest killers of businesses in the first couple of years. Right. So you try to spend too much either on Facebook ads, or your SaaS adds up, and your subscriptions kind of suffocate the business, right? It's putting too much pressure on yourself to succeed and make money quickly, and it shortens your runway. So they come to us to say, hey, I can try out these tools to grow my business. It could be productivity. It could be social media, sales, CRM, whatever it may be that you need. And you pay one time, right? It could be $50 for most of our licenses. For one code is $50. And we have a 60-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like it and it doesn't work for your business, you can return it. So we really have your back in that way. And it also lowers the risk for your business when it comes to your own P&L, your own costs, right? The second big thing is discovery. So people come to us and they read our emails, which we send every Monday, and we have new products, 6 to 7 coming out every single week. Nice. That you may not know that you need, or you may not even know that this AI thing can do this for your business, right? There's so many things, so many products out there that people come to us and they say this to us all the time. Like, hey, I found this awesome tool that I didn't even know could help my business. I wasn't looking for it, but you kind of stay on the cutting edge when you are looking through these deals or looking through the software, because we try to bring the best, right? We really emphasize curation, and that's why it's not a true marketplace, maybe like an Amazon. It's a curated marketplace. We only bring the very best to our customers. And so discovery is the second piece. The third piece is the community, and a solopreneur, it's in the name. It's solo. It gets lonely, right? Yeah. I mean, this, everybody who starts a business by themselves, you kind of do this, and there's not a lot of feedback. You don't have the teammates to talk to. There is no team Slack. And especially in the early stages of the company, you need that camaraderie. You need the people that have maybe done it before, and especially if they have used the tool that you're trying to get, and you can connect with them. We have a big Facebook group, in the comments or the reviews section of the product pages. People really value that connection of like-minded individuals, especially with solopreneurs, and it's lonely out there, man. So we're trying to provide a little bit of that connection. So those are the three big benefits on the buyer side.
Thank you for that. From a seller's perspective, what should they know before they come to AppSumo? Are there any requirements? How does the pricing work? What should they actually do from that work?
So anybody can come and list. We have 2 different categories on the seller side. It's a select, which, like I mentioned earlier, is the more curated software, and it has a select badge that you can see on the product pages, and then the self-listed. So anybody can come and list their product. So in that way, it is a marketplace, an open marketplace that anybody can come. We do have criteria in terms of the kinds of products, right? Where in the past we have opened it up, and it's been maybe a little bit too open in the types of tools that we have. And then we got the feedback from our customers saying like, hey, this is not relevant to my business. And so we really try to focus in on the solopreneur, on the ICP, the persona that we are trying to help. And that is really anything to do with growing a business. And you also have to have a certain amount of stability with the product, especially if you're being picked for the select badge, right? We want to know that you have a good team behind it. I think people buy the products, but they also buy the founder. Yes. In terms of the belief that they have in this person, that this product may not be what I want right now, but I believe in the founder to go and do this. And so we always feature all the founders on the product pages. We do AMAs, we do webinars. We try to provide that connection, that human connection that I mentioned to the customers and the partners, which we call them, the software founders, the buyers and the sellers. And so, that I think really is the criteria is, can it help somebody? Do you have that stability? And, are you going to be around? We pride ourselves on products that come to the website do have that stability, and less than 2% in 14 years of doing business have closed shop. And it happens all the time to businesses. I think within 2 years, of starting a business, 90% fail or just stop. So it happens, but we try to select the ones that we know are going to be around a while, so they can continue to serve our customers, because it is, for the lifetime of the product, you pay for this. And so we want to try our best to stand by that guarantee.
Awesome. And about lifetime deals, how do you see the trends going? And are you the first one to actually invent this type of deals?
From my knowledge, yeah, I don't think anybody did the lifetime deals before 2010, when Noah and Chad founded the company. And they founded it, Noah really likes deals. He doesn't like paying full price for anything. If you read his book, he has a coffee challenge where you go into a coffee shop and you ask for a percentage off. He loves deals. So this is why he created the website.
Amazing.
And, I think that it is a great business model. It's very unique. And we have a lot of people that I think have tried to copy it over the years, because I think they see the value to both sides. For the buyer, they get this, price which lowers risk for their business, and for the seller, they get something where they can inject this growth within their company, right? The spark. And really, in COVID, the business started to take off, and we were very fortunate and lucky, because a lot of people were starting businesses during that time, right? I think they felt the insecurity with their jobs, maybe getting laid off. They had a lot more time at home, right? Where they didn't have maybe their boss looking over their shoulder. They felt more comfortable to start that side hustle that they always wanted. And so a lot of them organically came to AppSumo to say, hey, like, this is awesome. I can pay one time, and I can help start my business with AppSumo. Yes. And then I think, man, in general, there is a trend happening away from subscriptions. And I think this is more of a macro trend that connects to how businesses are being formed. I think people don't want to start the next Facebook anymore. Obviously, there are ambitious people out there that will always do that, but
yes.
But I think the trend now is more towards the solopreneur. It is more towards a lifestyle business where you can design your life around the business, not the business around your life. And so I think that the trend is going towards one-time payments for SaaS. I'm seeing this also in communities as well, paid communities. I just listened to a webinar from Daniel Vasallo on Twitter, and he has a community called Small Bets, which you pay one time for. And most paid communities are monthly, a subscription SaaS-based model. So I think the trend will continue. I think it will be more common to see regular SaaS companies doing one-time payments, because, if you really think about it, man, what you want is this person to succeed. And if someone is not using your product or not using your community, and they see this bill every single month, they almost feel like pressure to say, well, I'm not using it, so I'm going to cancel it, right? And so churn goes up. And so you lose that person forever for your business or for your community. Versus if you just offer them it's going to be a higher one-time payment, but a payment that makes sense for them and their business, and say, okay, if you pay this, you get this forever. There's no pressure. You don't have to ever leave. You don't have to ever look at your bank statement and say, man, I can't afford this anymore. I'm going to price it that is fair for my business. And if you think this is going to be right for yours, then get it. And after that, you just enjoy the tool, or you enjoy the community, and there's no pressure for churn because you didn't use it 1 month or you didn't use it 2 months. So I think the trend will continue, man, especially, the rise of small businesses, for sure.
Thank you for the insights. Now, I'd love to know the company story. And when exactly did you join your story, joining the AppSumo?
Yeah, man. So I'll start with mine, and then I can go into a little bit of the company. I joined in 2017, and I was a contractor. I was running an ad agency full time, and wasn't really looking for full time work. Going back as a W-2, but started doing some Facebook ads for AppSumo, and met with the team at the time. It was, I think, 6 or 7 people. Ayman Al-Abdullah was the CEO, and we really hit it off. The team was awesome, super talented. And so I came on to run the ads, and then all of customer acquisition, and then all of marketing. So yeah, man, this will be my 8th year into AppSumo, and it's amazing. I mean, it's a job that doesn't really feel like a job. I have a couple side hustles on the side. I use the AppSumo tools. There's really an autonomy that we pride ourselves on to hire adults and create your own schedule. We don't make you start at 8 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. We value output, and however you can get that is up to you. So the culture is amazing. We're 100% remote. We have people all over the world. We do a company trip every year to like Mexico or Costa Rica or Hawaii, where we fly the entire team out, plus their significant others, all expense paid trip. And
Wonderful.
so things like that are really awesome. And then the company is doing well, man. It helps to work for the winning team. When you're profitable, when you're bootstrapped, you don't have the pressure of maybe shareholders, or as a publicly traded company, a big board that decides what you do. Like, we feel like we decide, everybody kind of has that power within the company. And so I love it here, man. I love the people that are super talented, and we're continuing to grow, man. It hasn't stopped in the 7 years I've been here. And then, like I said, AppSumo, this is the 15th year that we've been around. We actually just had our, I think, 14th anniversary in March.
Congratulations.
So we're going into the 15th year of business, which is pretty crazy, man. If you think about it, like, over a decade in business is very rare. And I think there are only a handful of companies, small percentage of companies that can say that they have done this for so long, profitably, bootstrapped and also maintained a culture that people want to work at. And so I think it's amazing what Noah and Chad have done. And, I feel very, very thankful to still be working here and still be learning and growing myself.
Yeah, it's amazing. You shared it. Fantastic. And I saw his book. He's a bestseller recently.
$1 Million Weekend just came out, man. If you guys haven't,
I see it in your background, right? With the green.
There it is. Yeah, good catch. Good catch. Yeah. So amazing book. This is for anybody that wants to start a business, man. There really isn't a book out there that you would recommend to somebody that if they're starting a business or they have an idea for a business for the first time and they're like, what do I do? I would probably recommend 4 or 5 different books to them. But I think $1 Million Weekend for me now is that single book where if you read this, the challenges, the coffee challenge that I talked about, lots of other actionable things in there, man, that I think any first-time founder should be reading. Even if you have a business already, there's some really awesome stories in there from Noah, because he's got a wild story for starting at Facebook and Mint. He started, lots of multi-million-dollar businesses and now at AppSumo. So it's a great book, and we have it actually in the store right now at AppSumo. It's US only, but we're selling it for $7. So it's an insane price, as we do at AppSumo. So if you're in the US and you want to pick it up, head over to AppSumo. You can grab it.
I will link it in the description. I'm curious to know, what challenges have you faced throughout your journey at AppSumo or as a team? Some lessons learned, something that you can share with starting founders, let's say.
Yeah, man, I think lots of lessons, lots of things that we definitely learned from. And it's not all, even at a company like this where we're growing, year over year, and it's been amazing. There's still lots of things that we have done wrong, and I think we can learn from. And I think starting in the early stages of the business, man, one of the big things was like this shiny object syndrome, where we would try to launch lots of different things, whether it be growth tests on my side, channels to go after, or side businesses. We had something called Briefcase, which was a membership-based service where you would get a briefcase of tools from AppSumo, and it didn't work because our customers didn't want it, and we were more excited than our customers were. And I think that's ever something that you encounter in your business, I would take a step back and say, is this something that I should launch or focus on the core of the business? And for us, that is going out and sourcing amazing quality deals for solopreneurs. And then on my side, promoting them to solopreneurs maybe that have never heard of AppSumo on the acquisition side, and then making sure our entire audience of solopreneurs knows about the tool that is right for them. So that's the retention side, the two sides of distribution. And if you go back to the basics of what works, and you stop trying to chase the shiny object. And I think that that over time your business will succeed. It is inevitable. But running out of cash because you're trying too many things, especially on the growth side, if you're trying to spend too much money on Facebook and Google, and then another channel comes out and you're trying to test TikTok, it spreads yourself too thin. You don't really have a grasp of what this is returning for you, and you burn out or you run out of money, one of the two. And then it's like, well, we had this product, it was a great product, but we took these wrong steps, and it led us to failure. So focus on the core, and don't get too distracted by what other people are doing or what other successes someone else is having. Simplify your growth and your marketing. This would be the second big point for me. It doesn't have to be complicated. It shouldn't be like working uphill. When you find a growth channel for you that is right for your business, it should be easy. It should be like a flywheel where it continues to turn faster and faster the more that you do it, and your customers are responding to it. For us, it was on the referral side of growth marketing. So affiliate referral marketing and influencer marketing, that was our growth channel early on. And that was the one traction channel that got us to, 20, 30 million. Obviously there were others. We did paid ads. We did organic, we did SEO. We did social, paid organic social, but it was really the referral, and it was the people that bought the tools that loved it, that had audiences, and we would incentivize them through either credits or cash through the referral program to send it out to their friends. And then these new customers would come in with audiences, and then we would incentivize them to promote it. So that was our flywheel, and that was the one traction channel. And it was simple, and we still do it to this day. Now we have a lot of other marketing channels that work for us, but it was the one channel. And I really believe this for a lot of businesses. For Dropbox, it was their give space, get space, right? It was give a terabyte, get a terabyte. Similar on the referral side. For Mint marketing, what Noah did at mint.com was targeted blogs. For HubSpot, it was the website grader. If you remember that, like early on, there really is one thing that will get you over that initial hump to the from the 7-figure to the 8-figure range. And if you don't try to overcomplicate it and do too much and chase the shiny object, I think it can and should be easy for your business to grow.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. How about the vision for the future for AppSumo? What's next?
It's a great question, man. The first thing is just continuing to do what works. Like I mentioned, focus on the core of, I don't think we have really scratched the surface in terms of the world of solopreneurs and the addressable market of who we can help. So we're going to continue to do that, because I think this trend will continue of people wanting to start businesses and kind of take control of their own schedule, of their own finances, and do it in a risk-free way, or a lower risk way, which you can do with AppSumo. So that will be the first thing, man, is the core business. And then we are starting to experiment with different things on discovery. So how can we open up the world of discovering new SaaS? And that doesn't just mean coming to AppSumo and buying a product. It could mean a directory. Tekpon is a good example of this. There's lots out there, Software Advice and G2 and Capterra. I think that's a big way that people find software, as they go and try to compare it on these review sites or aggregators. So that's something I think we're going to be getting into in the near future is the directory side of the business. How can we open up the way that we are helping people discover SaaS and new tools for their business? I think on the back end of it, how can we also help our SaaS partners grow and get more MRR after they leave AppSumo? So really kind of looking at the full journey of initial discovery to purchase to retention, and then after the promotion or the deal ends on the site, post-launch. So helping them maybe with affiliate programs, helping them grow their ads, helping them with consulting, with services or people that they need for their business, and really try to look at the full journey of the SaaS partner, and then also the customer, the buyer that needs this SaaS tool to grow their business.
I have one last question for you before we close down. Thank you for all of this. What are your top 3 favorite products from AppSumo that you use?
Good question, man. Good question. The first one was a recent one we actually had as a freebie, was called Clean Shot. And this is something that I use every single day, and it is amazing. It is a screenshotting tool that is kind of like a Loom replacement. And I record videos for my team all the time. Screenshot and save in the cloud. You can save it to your computer. Very versatile, and I love it, man. That is one I use pretty frequently. Another one that I really like, let me look at my list here. Deposit Photos is a big one for me, man. This is something that we have on the site usually about once a year, and it is a stock image library, stock image and video library, and really high quality stock images. And I have a couple businesses that I run on the side, and you always need images for something like illustrations or logo work or whatever it is. It's awesome. And so I would look out for that if you're in the market for one of those. Another one that I use is Jot URL. We use that one internally at AppSumo, and it's basically a URL and like UTM builder, and it can really help organize the links that you have for all of your marketing. So if you're building a specific UTM for Facebook and then one for social, one for influencer, it's hard to keep track of everything. I think you can do it in a Google Sheet, but yeah, Jot URL makes it very easy, and yeah, I love it. And we still use it to this day. I think it's been 20 years now. Those are three, man, but I have probably 20 or 30 that I use.
I know. I can imagine.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to mention today on the podcast before we close it down?
That's it, man. Thank you so much for having me on, and yeah, good luck with your event.
Thank you so much.